right, the first step we're going to do in preparing our bag, after we've cut the t-shirt or fabric as well as the muslin, we are now ready to begin sewing. What I'm showing you on the fabric is the same thing that you're going to do on the muslin, so you're actually going to duplicate this step twice. So, according to the instructions, it says pin the fabric or t-shirt together, right sides together. Remember, right sides is the pretty side, needs to be together. Make sure those corners that are cut out are towards you at the bottom. Alright, so now we're going to use a seam gauge. You're going to measure down from the top of the material 1 inch. So you need to find 1 inch on the seam gauge. Line up the blue arrow. Then from the top of the material, I'm going to draw a line horizontally across. Now I'm going to use the seam gauge and go down 1 more inch and draw a horizontal line. This area is actually going to be where our drawstring goes through. It's going to be our casing for our drawstring. So we need to do it to the other side as well. Instead of going straight across, we actually need to bring your material over, because when you're sewing, you always have leftovers to the left. Instead of having to measure again, as long as you line up these tops, just go ahead and draw that line horizontally across. You might want to double check to make sure you have 1 inch from each one. Alright, looks good. I'm now ready to pin. So I'm going to put 1 pin in the middle of that space. I'm not going to sew in between the chalk lines. And then I'll put another one in the middle and one at the bottom. I'm then going to flip this over, and I'm now going to put a pin in the middle of those chalk lines, in the middle of the fabric, and then one at the bottom. I'm now ready to sew. Please make sure you get a pin check before you begin.